Evening all, welcome to Space Engineers. So we've almost hit, almost, not far off, 100 episodes of this bloody thing. So in the tried and tested method of SquadB, we're going to start Series 2 soon. Okay, we're going to call it something different, rebrand it, etc. Because I don't want to give you let's play episode 974,423. Today I go for a walk. I don't really want to do that. So I'm quite keen to keep doing these videos. Because obviously people are liking them, which I'm really pleased and grateful to see. But I think we need to do a bit more. We need to actually, spice it up a little bit, and I think we're going to do that with a new series. So once we finish these improvements, we're going to take this ship, and that is it. That is going to be our Battlestar Galactica moving forward, and we're going to start looking at maybe doing some more encounter-based gaming. People seem to really like the apocalyptic meteor storm thing we did, so we're going to do a lot more group play as well. We're also going to do a fair bit of combat with this thing, because effectively we've built this ship and we haven't yet once thrown it into an asteroid, sideways on, doing a handbrake turn round a beacon, and that's stupid. We should be killing this ship over and over because hey, we've got it saved elsewhere. So yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully you're enjoying the series, and I think post in the comments if there's anything particularly that you'd like to see. We are going to do, at the moment, I did actually say to people, let's do more community stuff. So as in, we'll get you all in and we can all go and, blow ships up and all that. But we did that meteorite thing as a test. We had, I think, 5-6 people in that at one point. And the game almost died. My computer almost died. So I must just have, what we need maybe is a dedicated server. So I think we'll wait for that before we do something big with the community. But I really do think that I need a new PC as well. So I think I'm going to have to kind of look at that at some point as well. New PCs aren't expensive, but it's just getting the time to do it. When we do the channel, it's funny because we end up spending so much time, doing certain things that just take a lot of time. But what we then find is we do have down periods where we can say, right, let's go and do the artwork for this, or let's go and do that, or let's sit and play with YouTube for a bit. Because seriously, YouTube changes every week. I mean it, every week. As you get more subscribers, stuff unlocks. But not just that, as YouTube develops, because Google are always pissing with it, more and more stuff comes out, and it just seems to be that there's always something to unfortunately be doing with YouTube as well. Anyway, to cut to the chase, this has meant that my desire to upgrade my PC has just completely fallen by the wayside. Firstly, I don't know what's a good fit for PC. I've had all the different processors and cards in my time, so post in the comments if you have any ideas. But we are going to do a PC one because of obviously Eve Legion Dust moving to Eve Legion on the PC. We are going to show a particular PC that we have built before, which costs 500 quid, which actually you can use to play Legion very likely because it plays Eve incredibly well. Legion obviously will be more resource hungry than Eve, but we're keen to show it because I don't know. I think I would love to have more people to be coming from Dust to Legion. I think PC gaming isn't the elitist bullshit master race that it is, because there are decent non-dick people who play PC games. Trust me, there are. They're out there somewhere. And there's quite an interesting series of games out there as well. I guess my issue would be, and here's a proposal for you. The PS4 is basically a PC anyway, because all of the games that have been released on PS4 are already out on PC. It's almost as if they're just copying it. So Planetside 2 soon, War Thunder, Battlefield 4. All of these are games that, yes, I know, kind of have a pedigree in consoles, but I would also suggest to you that actually they really are just PC games ported. Particularly, PlanetSide 2 is the one that I'm most wary of, because I know I've played that game. It was PlanetSide 1 was my first online game ever. It was the first game ever that I had to actually give subscription info to, so that was quite scary. But I remember playing it and enjoying it, and it was good fun. It really was actually an incredibly good fun game. And when PlanetSide 2 came out, it was like, wow, bro, I am all over that. And I played PlanetSide 2, and I enjoyed it. But again, I've said this many times, I enjoy Titanfall. I love Titanfall. But why don't I play it anymore? It's because there's nothing there to actually keep me playing it. Now, that's a sad, interesting point in my mind, because in theory, there should be no reason why these games don't have a lot of longevity. But it doesn't feel like today the community and the kind of audience for these games actually want to play these games much longer than a couple of weeks. And that's incredible when you think about it, isn't it? I think it's to do with the sandbox element myself. While PlanetSide 2 has a massive sandbox, eventually you just get bored of taking the same base over and over. And that's what killed me last time with it was, the scale and scope of it is awe-inspiring. That moment that you see a nighttime battle and there's lasers and shells flying and it's just hundreds of people firing it into the distance. It is awe-inspiring how good that is. But after the 10th, 11th, 12th, 100th time, you're pretty bored with it. And then you start to moan about the lag. Oh, well, it's too laggy. Oh, bloody hell. And then you start to moan about the people who just play it way too much and just know the tactics too much. And they just they are able to run in and, basically before you know anything has happened, you're served up on a plate with your balls in your mouth, and that's kind of the issue in a way with those games as well. PlanetSide 2 isn't too bad for that, but it did get pretty terrible at one point. So I think this is the issue really, is that Titanfall was a fantastic game, but there was sod all to keep me there playing it. And we were talking about it. Nano, Dyreva, and myself were talking about it, and we just couldn't understand why all these games are so good. Battlefield 4, great game. We don't play it anymore. And it's because there really is just nothing there to keep us there. Which on the kind of the balance and check of things, that's quite sad. This is where I think games like Space Engineers do not have these problems, because Space Engineers is a game that I bought as I don't know. I couldn't even tell you why I bought it. I think I was just sat bored looking at Steam one day. You know how you do, and you're just thinking, well, I've got a few quid on me spare, might as well just treat myself. And I bought this game just thinking, well, it could be a load of old bollocks. Let's just try it out. And lo and behold, it turned into one of the best games I've ever played, because it's just so good. It really is excellent. I did the same with Minecraft as well. I just, I've said it many times before, I know, but I just bought Minecraft on a bit of a whim because I saw the Goons playing it on the goonfleet.com forums. And I saw it and I thought, God, that looks a load of old bollocks. But then I played it and I was like, oh my God, it's like crack injected directly into my mind. And I just ended up playing. I still play Minecraft. I had a cheeky game of Minecraft last night, waiting for it, because it's funny when I do the channel, right, when I render stuff, and that's when you've got, oh, look at that, it's looking pretty sweet, isn't it? When you've got to the point where you've done all your editing, you've done your voiceover, you then obviously set all the you do all the flouncy bollocks, as I call it. And then you just click render, which is basically just, compute, do the final video, go for it. And the computer then just sort of sits there and whirs away, massively churning away, huge quantities of data and numbers and shit like that. And there's very little you can do. You can't really play any games because the computer's struggling. It's already using a huge amount of power to do this. So, I used to actually play Space Engineers when this was happening, but they've obviously changed Space Engineers' requirements, so you can't do this anymore. So as a backup, I now play Minecraft. So when I start rendering, and when I do videos, I do them all in one go. So I usually have like 5 to 10 videos to render, and that can take like half a day sometimes. So that limits me in what I can do. So I either switch on the PS3 and play Dust, lol, or I just, I'm kidding, by the way, or I just go and do something else. And I've found myself lately playing Minecraft again. So I'm not going to do videos of Minecraft because that's just too easy. If you want to win at YouTube, just do Minecraft and you'll get like millions of subscribers and blah, blah, blah. And I don't really want to do that. Mainly because I quite respect a lot of Minecraft content. Oh, look at that. Wow, they're coming right at me. Jeez, that's not good. I probably need to rotate the ship actually, because there's not enough guns firing. Anyway, so to be honest, Minecraft to me is my kind of, my getaway game that I can play when stuff's rendering, which you probably have no interest in, but I thought I'd share that with you because, hey, lol. Some games as well are just incredibly, resource hungry that you couldn't even play them with other stuff open. I mean, Battlefield 4 and Titanfall were just, oh my God, they were nuking my system. I could feel literally the room warming up every time I looked into those games, and it did make me smile quite a bit.
So there we go. I mean, funny old world, isn't it? I think certainly when it comes to the longevity of certain games, there must be some formulae or some psychological condition that just says a game will succeed if these conditions are met. And usually it's something to do with freedoms. You know, the thing I had with Titanfall was it was just too restrictive, and you never felt like you could enjoy the world of Titanfall because it was always having to be in a fucking match in a da-da-da-da-da, and it was just like sometimes, and I think Dust got this completely wrong as well. So few games developers understand that we don't care about all your clever mechanics to do with, you know, grenades and bombs and shit like that. We want to get on the ground and walk around on our own time and experience it. Now, for some people, they don't give a monkeys about this. When I played Counter-Strike, couldn't give a shit at all. But I think that's the old-fashioned view of game development, is that you provide a round, people will always just follow what the round says, and that's your game done. Bollocks. We do everything we can to break the game. We try and do mini-games within the game. We do anything we can that we feel will give us something a bit more unusual to do within the game. And I think, frankly, I think only now are people realizing that actually the sandbox is the important part of the game. There we go. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.